What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Crookston Disc Golf Course. Very wide open, very flat, very windy today. And we are pairing up the Skystone versus Halo Boss. Now, theoretically speaking, this should be less stable. It says it's a 13.5 -1.3, but every time I've thrown this specific Boss, even though it's a 161, I haven't got any flip out of it. So let's see if this wind today is going to give us any flip and play. They're fairly similar. I'm going to start off with the big ol' backhand flexing shot. We're going to go Skystone and then the bye. This is the course hole 2, but this whole course doesn't have even 9 baskets, so take that for what it's worth. Oh no, it's just OB. That was almost held over for long enough. Now for the lightweight Boss. Basically the same shot, but I was able to pull the Boss over a little bit better, so it stayed safe. Boss taking the first point. Hole 4, Crookston, is a par 3, 367. Nice little forehand around the corner. Historically, I haven't been the best at throwing lighter weight discs on a forehand, but let's see if I can get this Boss to work out. Not bad. So while the Boss says it is like a 13-speed destroyer, and the PD2 says that it is basically one tick more stable than a destroyer, they're operating on fairly similar flight characteristics. And yes, 12 versus 13, it's not going to do that much of a difference. The Boss isn't nuke 13 speed, it's a bit more of a throwable 13 speed, so it does kind of fill more of just that slightly more overstable destroyer than necessarily a longer bombing distance driver. Well, it can do both. I don't know if the Boss is as straight or as reliable as that just consistent overstable distance driver as you get out of a disc like a destroyer. Boss still winning out on the forehand and the backhand, and that actually worked out way better on the forehand than I expected it to, so we might revisit that as maybe we stick the Boss in every once in a while. Still leaning on the PD2 for now because it is a PD2, but we're testing out the Boss to see if it has the chops to fight the headwind. This hole's about 427. Let's see if we can make it all the way there. If any discs can do it into this wind, it's going to be the Boss and the PD2. Oh, that might be pin high, but it's a little right. Oh, that's going to be way left. Ooh. That looked pretty cool though. Boss versus Skystone. The Skystone is, I don't know if it's necessarily more stable, but because it's slightly heavier, I'm able to hit it on the exact lines that I know I'm hitting it on, whereas the Boss kind of has a little bit more drift and play. But I'm interested to see, because these feel like very similar rim shapes, very similar parting lines. So is the Boss just a 13-speed PD2? And also, when I was playing at Maple Hill this last time, I was having issues with one specific distance driver just rolling over more than I was expecting it to, even though it's stable at this elevation. So I'm gonna throw it next to these two. But Boss currently 3-0. This is interesting, but also I think the Boss does go a little bit further. Okay, I came over on that one a little bit more than I needed to. Let's see if I can actually get a good shot into the green here. Oh, not enough height. Okay, well, Boss went further, but now I'm gonna throw this Sea Lion DD3 because this I thought was gonna be the wind fighter. It's not. I think the Boss might be the wind fighter. Let's see what this one does here. So I got PD2 flight out of that by throwing it on hyzer, but I got out of the PD2 and the Boss by throwing on anhyzer. Interesting. So while I think that the DD3 is a great distance driver, and it does fill a slot that is widely regarded as probably the most common distance driver slot that is needed, I don't think it has the chops to fight intense headwind. Whereas I think that the Boss, especially if you get a champion or a halo Boss, they have the torque resistance to fight the headwind, and the slightly wider rim, the slightly sharper rim, the 13 speed, gives it that little bit extra. So while the -1.3 that it looks like on the flight numbers, it's pretty overstable, especially in the halo plastic. So I think Skystone is what I'm going to be reaching towards for most of the time. That's what's in the bag. But if I go play a course like Maple Hill, where I needed that distance but still wind fighting, I think we'll take the Skystone out, put in the Gravity Bomb for the intense beef, and then also put in the Boss to fight the headwind and also give me distance. Let's give it a couple more rips and see how she finishes out. We are moved up to Crookston, hole number 8. It's 540. Don't have the distance to get there, especially the wind's blowing from in front of us, so it's into a headwind. Don't really have the distance. But I'm going to be a little bit different with the throws because I want to get both of these to achieve their maximum potential. So I'm going to try to get the Boss to go as far as I possibly can and get the Skystone to go as far as I possibly can. But I think those are going to be slightly different lines, which is why I think that they have slightly different uses. Both great discs. Boss first. That may not have come down. That's unfortunate. And also the DD3, because into the headwind it flies differently. Yeah, headwind is keeping all of these a little short. Let's go see if we can get the Boss. I hope it didn't stay up in the tree. But sometimes getting that beefy, overstable distance driver and a little bit of a lighter weight, it can do a lot of different things for you. It can give you a little bit extra distance, but still the ability to fight the headwind, because just because it's lightweight doesn't mean it's not stable anymore. Hopefully you enjoy content like this. If you do, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff, make sure to comment all of that down below. Please make sure to subscribe. Helps you guys out with these subscriber-only giveaways. Definitely helps me out as well. And until next time, see you out on the course. Found it. All right, see you out on the course.